All right. So today is the first session of this trophic mentorship.
Yes.
And what I really want to start off with is, of course, is the mindset. If there's one thing that I feel is the most powerful that I can transfer to you as a student or mentee is actually the way I think and the way I see things. Not even techniques, not even marketing tricks, but it's the way I think. Because if I can show you how I think, and if you have the ability to adopt that mindset and make it part of you, first, nobody can take it away from you. And secondly, you will start acting, talking, and behaving the way that will create tremendous progress, results, and success to your life, not just in your business, but also as a person. Like I said, business at the end of the day is a personal development tool. So if you as a person develops, it means that your capacity is higher. When your capacity is higher, it means your ability to solve problems, to think, to create solutions will be higher. You can withstand, you can take in more problems and you can dissolve the problems by creating solutions. And why is that important? How does that relate to business? Because at the end of the day, business is about solving problems, right? I didn't say personal training, I said business because you are in the business of personal training. You are in the business of fitness. You are in the fitness industry. So, with that being said, I want you to start seeing yourself not as a trainer, not as a coach, but as a fitness entrepreneur. Why do you see so many fitness trainers struggle in business? Because obviously they are well trained in their bodies, they are well trained in the sports, whatever field, niche, type of sports, type of training, powerlifting, bodybuilding, weightlifting that they do. But how about business skills? So they're great athletes, they are great trainers, but they're poor businessmen. So when you are a poor businessman, your business will suffer loss and it will ultimately affect you as a person. Means there's only so far that you can go. You can't go further than what you already know, which is within the gym floor, consult your clients about nutrition, and that's it. But when you see yourself as a business owner, then you open so much more potential, so much more growth, and you can build a business that ultimately becomes a money machine that can generate wealth, not just for you, for your family, but also for your children. So the first thing you need to look is the word action. Okay. I'm just going to keep it simple. Okay. I'm going to use the easiest way, which is I'm going to use a, okay. Can you see my screen?
Can.
Okay. All right. Now, the first thing that you need to look at is actually the word action. So you think about this. We have, if you're a personal trainer and you are trying to train your clients to lose weight, and if you are familiar with this scenario, it's like you're trying to ask the client to come to training sessions, to watch the diet, sleep on time, so on and so forth. But the clients always struggle. So the actions that they make is not correct. And so we don't want to focus on the actions. So when it comes to business, it's not about the techniques, the marketing techniques that I'm going to teach you or the sales techniques, but it's actually the first word is called beliefs. Because with beliefs, it can then shape your mind and then it will shape your mindset. It will give you a mindset. And with the same mindsets, it will create the thoughts and then into decisions and then into action. Now, when you look at this equation, you can see why so many trainers struggle to train their clients, or you can see so many personal trainers struggle to make it in business because they are only at the tip of the lab, the tier, which is the highest, the outer layer, which is the actions. So they are always talking about actions. Do this, don't do this. Eat carbs before training, don't eat carbs before sleep. Do this, do that. Lose weight, don't lose weight. 3 to 5 reps, 5 to 7 reps, 15 reps and above. Actions. But then as over time, as a result, when you have a saturated trainers on the social media talking about actions that people should take, then the audience will have a pool of information that confuses them. They don't know when to start with. They have contradictions between one source with another source. And like, which one do I start? I'm confused. Person A say this and person B says that. So how do you move from here? You go to the second, you go straight into the mindset, right? When we talk about mindset, oh yeah, it's another fish, like wishy-washy thing. Or we talk about mindset, you talk about how the thing is all about mindset. Yeah, but what do you do? How do you actually make someone change the way they think? Because look at this equation. It is the mindset that controls the action, which means if I can control, or if I can change your mindset, you will take the right actions by yourself, right? And what controls the mindset is actually your beliefs. So why is it that I had trainers that come to me and say, "Oh, Chun Yan, I tried to took up a loan and build a gym, and then I failed. So I felt like business is not for me. I just remain as a personal trainer." What's the problem? He used his experience, his previous failure, and it formed a story in his head. He formed a story in his head about maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not a business person. Maybe God doesn't want me to succeed. Maybe I'm not meant to do this. I can't take the stress. I can't take. But in reality, it's because he is not trained. He doesn't have a mentor. He didn't invest in systems. He never worked on his skills. He never knew what went wrong, but he just created a wrong story in his head. And you're going to face this a lot of times because you're in the business of changing lives, right? People come to you because they want to change their health. They want to get out. They want to avoid disease. They want to improve. But what makes it so challenging is because they have the wrong mindset, which creates the wrong thoughts in their head and drives them to always make the wrong decisions. And the action they take is affected. Therefore, they have no result. So, can I say that result is actually an outcome of your beliefs, not even your mindset? I say, oh, you success mindset. If you think success, you're going to have successful results. That's so cheesy, right? But beliefs is the thing. What you believe and what you hold on to is what gives you the result. Today, whatever result you see or don't see, when you trace it back in the equation, it's all the way deep inside your beliefs. It's what you believe as a person. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to start this session, kick off this session with you, Tim, that whenever I want you to become more aware of this thing. And we want to talk in this level always. And beliefs. Okay. So when it comes to business. You know, probably we all got into fitness industry because maybe we were an athlete, or maybe you're a kid. I don't know. Are you a fit kid or you're a fat kid back then? And then you got into sports. You did pretty well. Your body responded well, and then you feel like, wow, I actually love this. I want to pursue this. I feel passionate about it. And then you went into training, and then you actually decide, I can do this for a living. I want to be a trainer and I want to train people. That's amazing. It created a belief in you because your experience added into your beliefs. So if I could do well in the gym floor, if I could do well in the rugby team, if I could do well in basketball, I'm a good athlete. I think I'm pretty good. Maybe I'm born to do this. You know what I mean? So when you have that story in your head, I'm born to do this, then you say, you know what? I'm going to make a career out of this. And then you start. And then you realize that, oh, shit, clients don't care about the sports, the NASM stuff they teach you. They don't care about hypertrophy. They don't care about the bands and the balls. They just want a six pack. They just want a bikini body. They just want the nice things, the vain things. They want the things that they want, but they don't want the rehab ball, the mobility exercise, and the diet and the boring stuff. And then you feel like, oh shit, I don't feel appreciated. Am I in the right industry? Did I choose the wrong thing? And then you struggle. And then you find in the business sides, you have to sometimes beg clients to stay. You're not sure if your client's going to renew. You feel like this is the right thing to tell them, or and they, because they are a problem, that's why they came to you. But because you don't have the right training and the right skills, you can't handle them. So you get the results. Or you have clients that don't appreciate your work. And you feel that, or maybe a lot of trainers, they might just resort to becoming a PT at a gym floor, maybe in any fitness center like yourself. And then you work there for many, many years, and you find that you got yourself into a rat race of constantly chasing clients, struggling between wanting to take the next client or you want more time. You find yourself in a ceiling and in a bottleneck, stuck, because there's no way you can increase your income, but there is so much more you want to achieve in life. Then the question is, am I in the right industry? Do I see myself going more, doing this any longer? Can I see myself in the gym floor even when I'm 40 or 50s? You see? So this is the question that goes. And over time, for men, when you're 25, 26, 27, if you look around your environment and everyone is struggling, making 5 to 6 grand a month, nobody is doing 20K, nobody is buying the big car, nobody is buying the big house, you feel like, oh shit, maybe this is the reality. So, and then you feel like, oh, I'm actually better than a lot of people. And that made you not to dare to think outside and dream big anymore. And what is that? Wrong story in your head, because you didn't have the skills, you didn't see the results that you wanted, just like your clients come to you and say, hey, I tried diet, I tried eating healthy, I tried walking 10K steps. My weight is not coming out of my body. No results, right? Because wrong actions, no informed decisions, wrong beliefs. So every time we trace ourselves, we trace it all the way deep back into our beliefs. So I feel like as a person, as a fitness entrepreneur, or as a trainer moving into the fitness industry, and eventually, like you're starting a business by yourself, you're building a brand, you're creating a program. You need to work on your beliefs, and this is the belief that I want you to have. Okay, it's I'm a fitness entrepreneur. See, I'm not a trainer. I'm not just a trainer. I'm a fitness entrepreneur. Okay, so the first point number one for mindset is confidence, right? So what do I mean by that? You think about your story. You think about your life. You think about your values as who you are today, Timothy, with the clients you work with the experience under your belt, with the certs, with the details, with the research or the trainings that you put yourself through to have the skills that you have that made you who you are today, right? And you look at your Instagram profile, you look at social media, you look at how you carry yourself. Do you feel like people only know a small bit of you? Or you feel like you're an open book, people know where you are and who you are and what you do? If you got a good story, if you believe in what you do, if you actually believe that you're a great trainer, you could change lives, why aren't people seeing it? Why are you not telling the story? Why are you not marketing yourself? Why are you not sharing those things that should be shared? Right? If you're like, if I can see, I can feel like from the first time I chat with you, I can feel that you think 3 to 4 times before you post up something on social media. You think through carefully before you put up a story. You think through, what will people think? What will my family think? What will my friends think? Is this desperate? How is this gonna portray about who I am before you post something? Is that right? Yes or no?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. So you see, what is the problem? Confidence, right? Why did you put yourself in a place where you're stuck in a box? So you can't even express yourself. You couldn't even tell me without thinking twice what you want in your life, without thinking what I would think about you. You see the problem? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that because now you are taking a path to be a fitness entrepreneur, you need to be ruthless. You need to care nothing about what people think about you, because you saw a vision about yourself. You had a standard about yourself and your life and what you want in your life. It doesn't mean others should see the same thing. It doesn't mean people around you, your close friends, your inner circle, your family, or your ex-colleagues, or the people you look up to should agree with you. That is the first thing you need to understand. Every entrepreneur you see on the internet, when they start, nobody believed in him. So why am I saying this? So that you don't seek validation from other people. You don't care about other people, and you go after it, because you're just going to be met with more rejection, more resistance as you take on this path. You want to ask me what it takes to be an entrepreneur? Be comfortable facing rejection and build a war chest around your beliefs, and let nobody break your confidence